for his memory to return and all of his powers.
Balrog has many powers.
Balrog has many, many powers. I just like saying Balrog. It's from South Park, so I can't even really take credit from it. But
hello, Legions. Welcome once again to a very special edition of the What You've Been Watching podcast. I am your host, the merry, marvelous Mike Dudley. Joined as always by my co-host, cohort, and chuckle buddy.
His fucking clown shoes over here. MD3 Marcus Dudley checking in on the YOU. What is going on out there in podcast land? We are broadcasting live from the South Pole side of Tallahassee, Florida.
Did you forget where we were?
I did. I was trying to, because we're not welcome on the North Pole. We've been on the naughty list for too long.
That's right.
So, no, we're
just... fuck that. Yeah. We're going to do our own pole with blackjack and hookers.
Pretty much. Good Futurama reference there. Good poll. But yeah, no, we're broadcasting live, as always, right here in the What You've Been Watching studios. Just checking in on you. We want to give a big shout out to our lovely, lovely intro music, Kesta. Always bright.
Right. Yep.
Or just in case we don't use that music, to our lovely, lovely brand new sponsor, Mr. A1. Just because we got to give our shout out to our boy. You can find him at
a1musiclive.com.
You can find him at a1reality.music@gmail.com. Again, that's a1reality.music@gmail.com. Where else can they find us, my brother?
It's spelled like realty, but it's spelled reality.
Yeah, REALITY. Nope.
Wasn't that a T.I. song?
Probably.
They can find us also on Facebook.com/Dudley Bros Podcast. Or, we're out here handing out Christmas turkeys like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah, or we're done with hams. It's now Christmas turkey season.
That's right.
So, yeah, man. So, what's up with you, my brother? How you been?
Working, man. It's always been, holiday season, especially in the restaurant industry or service industry, is always super busy because, you do caterings, you do holiday parties, you do last minute or last end of the year weddings, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
People who are like, no, we've got to get married before January 1st. And the dude's like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Because trust me, dudes, it's not for you that day.
Yeah.
Just yield. Acquiesce.
Yeah. Just show up
not
on
about
time.
you. It's
show
not
up
about
on time, as sober as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying, sober-ish,
Yep.
And preferably not with, stripper dust on you, because that's how they get you.
They sprinkle dust on you.
I'm going to fuck his whole day
Leave
up
a
tomorrow.
mark on this one, yeah. No, man, it is weird kind of the holidays sometimes. I get a little overwhelmed because it's just like, let's stress just to have a good time. And I'm like, man, let's just not do that at all.
Yeah.
Let's do as little as possible.
Yep.
So hopefully everybody got themselves a fucking dope-ass loot bag.
That's why I didn't get you motherfuckers shit this year, because I'm trying to live stress-free.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Same thing we got you last year.
That's right. I'm here. That's why it's called my presence.
A free audio podcast. Tiers coming soon. Throw us some shekels. You don't get any benefits, but we'll take the money.
Sign up now for our Patreon. It's expensive.
Yeah. Right. What are the perks? I don't know.
To be determined.
We keep the lights on here as we record. So computers can charge and mics can have power. That's what it is. Oh, man.
We don't have to build a water wheel to generate power to bring you guys our gloriousness every other week.
I know, right? Oh, man. Well, speaking of...
I eat dog food. I sleep on pissy mattress.
That's my favorite Chappelle. One of my favorite Chappelle jokes is, you know what dog food tastes like? Just like it smells. Delicious. And also, I eat cottage cheese for dinner. It's a good one. Good one. Underrated joke. But the reason why people tune in is not to hear us just randomly reference shit. That might be it. But one of the biggest reasons, I would say the largest piece of the proverbial pie, is, Michael, the people want to know what you've been watching, my brother.
Oh, man. Recently rewatched, and I know we kind of talked about it a little bit, so I don't want to get too much into it, but rewatched The Nightmare Before Christmas, of course.
Always a classic.
Yeah, I mean, you got to watch it once at Halloween and once at Christmas. Them's the rules. I don't make it.
I almost saw that in theaters the other day, too.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I was between that and a different movie, but yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, go ahead, though. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, what more can be said about it? It's probably one of Tim Burton's best movies. I mean, it's a classic. The songs are very singable. It's barely 90 minutes, so you're in and out. I think it's just shy of 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think it is too. I think we talked about it on a previous podcast, but you can go back to listen to that one for
Um,
all the statistical information that's probably wrong about Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, it's the good thing about that movie is, for better or worse, it doesn't waste any more time with plot development or characterization than it needs to. Like, you kind of understand within the first 3 minutes, like, you know, you got the intro song of like Halloween Town, and every day here is just Halloween, and this is where all the spooky creatures live. And then immediately you go into Jack's like, I don't know, maybe there's something more out there. Whoops, tumble into Christmas Town, and then, you know, what's this? And just the wonderment, and then trying to bring it back to, I mean, the movie cooks. It moves at a very brisk pace. Usually, you know, each sequence of events is just predicated by a song. You know, it's just like whatever the song is about is like, that's going to be what the next 6 to 8 minutes of the movie is going to be about.
Yeah, I think the What Is This song is probably the strongest song on there. It's a good one.
I mean, This Is Halloween is pretty much a banger.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty...
And the pumpkin screams in the middle of the night. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah. I don't know the breath cadence on that Jack Skellington does is pretty
That's why
impressive.
Danny Elfman wanted to sing for Jack Skellington, because he was he had written it very much in his own voice, in his own sort of...
he sings? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Danny Elfman does?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Learned something new today.
Yeah. But that's why he sings for Jack Skellington, is because he kind of felt like, well, I'm kind of the only person who I can trust to do this. So.
Gets the full cadence of it all,
Right,
knows the switch, knows when the timings
exactly,
are.
Exactly. Just because it's inherently built into the person that wrote it. So.
Huh. It's pretty interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then Catherine O'Hara and Paul Rubens were Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Yes.
So
yes.
R.I.P. Paul Rubens.
R.I.P.
Miss you already.
Yeah, already. Raise your glass, whatever you got in front of you.
That's
Here's
right.
some drinks sloshing
That's
over
right.
here at what you've been watching.
Pouring one
tonight.
out for Pee-wee himself. That's right. That's right, kids. Secret word of the day is winos. Yeah!
Oh man, what else you been watching, my guy?
Let's see. Kind of went back on a killer movie kick, just because why not? It was fun.
Well, it kind of all bleeds in from Halloween into here.
Yeah, it's funny how
you
that
know
happens.
what I mean. It's just because it's all just kind of. It's all one kind of thing. Right when Halloween kicks off, it's like, you know what time it is. These movies play for a little while, so you get a solid month of pretty much free reign. And plus now there's a scary movie about every holiday too as well.
Oh, there is,
like,
for sure.
I think the movie Thanksgiving just came out, and some
Right,
demon pilgrim is
yeah.
running around killing people.
Thanks
like,
carving or whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. So they all run together. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, we kind of mentioned how Nightmare Before Christmas doesn't really waste a lot of time with plot development or characterization, and just sort of gets right into the action. Saw another movie that was very much like that, and yet very different than that.
Okay, explain.
You ever heard of a movie called Chopping Mall?
With a CH?
With a CH.
No, I have not, but I'm sure I probably could have figured out that it existed. I'm sure it's a campy B movie that was seen on Bad Movie Night.
Yeah, it's like RoboCop 2 meets like Mallrats.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So
I love when things that have no business being mentioned in the same sentence are mentioned in the same sentence.
So this group of kids who work at a mall decide that they're going to have an overnight sex and beer party, as one does in a mall sometimes. I remember my first sex and beer party at a mall.
At a mall, yeah.
And so it happens to coincide with the exact same night that these new robotic sentries are going to take over for security for the mall. And as luck would have it, they end up getting struck by lightning. And as they do, they turn evil and decide that everyone inside the mall is an intruder and therefore must be dispatched of in very creative ways.
You have 30 seconds to comply. Shit like that?
Kind of. Their whole thing is show me your ID badge, and of course, like, these kids are running around like, fucking badge, like, whatever, like, who cares? Like, no, I'm naked right now.
Right,
like,
right. They don't have a badge.
I'm very clearly wearing a negligee and a silk robe, so I don't know where you think this pass is, but And so, of course, they all must die because of this. And
I assume that the main character's probably a prude who didn't want to have sex, the young lady probably?
It's almost as if you've seen this before.
I'm just guessing the story beats because, these tropes exist for a reason.
Yeah, of course. It's, you get the dumb jock who's dating the, like, hypersexualized bimbo. You get the, the smart one who's, she's so smart and he's also kind of smart.
Michael put smart one in quotation. Y'all couldn't see that. That was crazy. Like the quote-unquote smart one.
Yeah. Then you get the couple that's, always fighting. Like they're either fucking or fighting kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you get the two nerds who get put together at the behest of like, oh, don't worry. We'll set you up with somebody. You can totally attend our sex and beer party.
So I was invited to more mall sex and beer parties where sentient robots took over.
You just weren't popular enough.
I guess I wasn't. If there's a way to go out, that's on the list.
Sex and beer party?
Yeah, killed by mall robots.
I mean, in terms of badassery, like...
Why would they need that at a mall? Like, what is the crime rate spiked so high at the mall?
I made that comment. I was like, so you're telling me this is the most advanced, militarized, or like weaponized robotic system in the world? And they're like, you know what? The new Jordan Air 1s just came out. We really got to protect those.
Like Black Friday. These are the robot cops that didn't actually go to the academy. They just couldn't take the 6-week course or whatever it is.
It's not as much RoboCop as much as it is like Paul Blart Cop.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Robo Blart.
Nice. That's a movie I'd see. So what else? Hit me with some more story beats. Were the kills good, at least?
I mean,
were they creative?
Good. Define good. When you say good,
I don't mean like murdering's awesome, but you know how it is when you see those movies. I assume it was pretty campy, right?
Oh yes, yeah.
But so you kind of know what you're signing up for. You're like,
it's a girl's head explodes. A girl's head explodes from getting shot with a laser. So
that's pretty cool.
That, yeah.
Was it like well done, or was it purposely shitty?
It was actually pretty well done. I mean, like, if you slow it down, you can definitely see the, like, rubber head of it all. But, like, the actual cut from when she turns and you see her face to, like, the actual explosion, yeah, it's not bad. It's Lloyd Kaufman, so it's the same guy that did Toxic Avenger and all those B-campy movies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, the guy knows what he's doing, We were speculating, like, why do you think he got this movie made? And he was like, I was like, well, because there's a mall in 1984 that's about to get renovated. And he was like, hey, for $100 when you guys shut it down over the long weekend, let me just make a movie in there. And they were like, cool.
Yeah, I mean, probably. Locale.
That's it. That's all it takes to make a movie, baby. Location.
Like, I'm going to shoot something real terrible and it's going to put that up there. Like, we're shutting down this RV park. Like, what if it was a killer RV park? Like, you have till 8 o'clock Sunday. Thank you. Hey, look. I mean, everybody starts somewhere. Patent pending, by the way. Don't be stealing my killer RV park.
That's right. Stop giving away the good shit.
I know, right? Well, do you want to rate it or you want to talk about it more? Obviously, I did not see it, but...
No. I mean, it's your typical, the teenagers getting picked off. Although I don't know if they're teenagers because everybody who
like
plays...
40?
Yeah, they're very clearly, like, in their 30s. Like,
I
don't know. It might have just been... It was made in 1984, so it might have just been the 80s.
Yeah.
Where, like, everybody looked like they were 40, and... I mean, those kids could have been very underage for all I know. I don't know. I might have just witnessed a crime. I don't know.
Yeah, the lack of HD camera really cuts into it.
Exactly. Like, so, yeah. I'm going to give it 3 full floors worth of mall protection.
Pretty good. Pretty favorable review there.
Mm-hmm.
Must have enjoyed it. I assumed you watched it with the typical D&D crowd.
Oh, yeah. Our shitty movie night crowd.
Nice. I have to argue sometimes that sometimes those movies aren't shitty, but I understand the spirit
of
it.
They're not. They're awesome. That's the thing. Like, and we don't set out to just watch them because they're purposely bad. We watch them... Sometimes. I mean, like, yes, there is a certain, like, morbid curiosity in terms of, like, well, how bad could this one be? Like, oh, it's really bad. Well, but it can't get worse, right? And we're like... Yeah, it gets worse. Like, Marcus, we should get off the boat. Nah, I can't get much worse than this.
No, it's not going to get worse. It does.
It always gets...
Always does.
If you're ever in a situation where your boat is leaking and you need to get off the boat,
Just bail.
Just bail. Just get off the boat.
Just bail.
It's not. Don't fall under the trap of it can't get worse. It's gonna get worse.
It's going to get worse. The water's not going to get warmer. The conversation's not going to get better. But you're there.
But there you are.
Yep.
Regretting all of your decisions. Anyways,
what else you been watching, my brother?
let's see. After that, we followed up with another classic, Maniac Cop.
Is that Rowdy Piper?
No, that's the Maniac.
Oh, okay. I feel like I've either seen this or heard of this before.
So it's starring Bruce Campbell.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And the Maniac, the titular Maniac Cop, played by Robert Zadar. You know, the you've seen him before. It's the dude with the huge like M. Bison chin from the 80s.
Yeah, movies. I got that action figure chin happening.
I mean, serious action figure chin. Like, what's up with his chin kind of chin?
Shout out to Robert Zadar.
Yeah. So basically, some cop is killing random citizens around New York City, and Bruce Campbell gets framed for it. And so then his mistress, girlfriend, cop, and his boss all try to scramble to prove that it's not him, which is a weird thing for cops to do. Go figure.
Just get suspended with pay for a little while.
Yeah, you know.
It's too much of a fucking harsh punishment for him.
We're transferring you to Brooklyn. Nobody saw a thing.
Is he part Catholic Church? Goddamn.
I mean,
anyway.
The parallels are similar.
Only funny because it's shockingly true. Anyways.
I mean, I'm just saying, one of them's a criminal organization and the other one owns the Vatican. So.
Anyways, go ahead. I'd love somebody to write us in. How dare you make a joke about something that's categorically true?
Historically proven.
Yeah. Anyways, go ahead. And please write us in at whatchabeenwatchingpodcast at gmail.com. We always appreciate it. Truly. We really do yearn for your letters and feedback. So anyways, Maniac Cop.
Yeah, and so...
Bruce Campbell must prove he's not framed.
Exactly.
Or he was framed, sorry.
Yes, wait.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell must prove he was framed. He must disprove his innocence.
Yeah. That's the most challenging shit to do is disprove you didn't do something.
Right.
It's like fucking fighting a ghost. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm winning. I don't know, man. So anyways, go ahead. I've sidetracked this conversation.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cheesy. And I think in a weird way, like it was the exact same length as Chopping Mall. I think both of them just clocked in at like 95 minutes.
Nice.
And yet somehow this one felt slower. I think maybe because it was a police procedural and there's a little bit more like detective work and like, well, I got to go talk to this lady who's going to, it's the Law and Order of it all. Like,
right.
Well, I got to go talk to the junkie who's going to lead me to the landlord who's going to lead me to the ex-tenant who's going to lead me to the guy I really want. Like
yeah, I get it. That's usually the formula.
So, but I felt like it was really bookended by great. Like there was great kills in the beginning and great kills at the end, and then in the middle it was just sort of one big Law and Order episode, which is fine, but it really, really slowed down the pacing of the movie a lot.
You're like, that's not why I'm seeing this.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you got to have that spice, that little spice in the middle of the police procedural where like. Even if it's just a random kill, like you got to have the spoiler. Robert Zadar is a cop who was put in prison for abuse of power, and instead of going to protective services, he wanted Gen Pop to show that he wasn't afraid. And then they killed his ass, but not really because he actually woke up in the morgue, and the mortician took pity on him and shipped him out with his cop girlfriend.
Oh wow!
And so he's spent the last 15 years plotting his revenge.
Against the police department?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of Phantom of the Opera meets, like, RoboCop.
Does he have RoboCop powers, too?
He does. I mean, he is zombie strength. I mean...
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean...
So he's Crobocop.
Plus Robert... Yeah, he is Crobocop.
Yeah, Crobocop must come back from the other,
that's right.
from the other side.
Yeah, that's
But his body has already been inhabited by the police doing technological advancements that no one else knows about. But his spirit already has crossed over from the crow, so he wakes up and he's like, now I got crow powers and I got a sweet robot body.
So our buddy Glenn, and sorry Glenn, I'm just going to give away $1 million idea, but I'm giving you credit, has this idea for a movie about a ghost that's trapped in this ethereal realm, right? And then zombies happen, and so he has to fight his own zombie body.
It's a brilliant fucking idea.
And it's just called Ghost versus Zombie.
It's fucking brilliant.
Right?
It's actually really
It kind of
brilliant.
writes itself,
Yeah.
right?
Don't steal our shit, by the way. I already had an instance of somebody jacking a good idea from me
Right.
and making money on it.
It's kind of like Ghost, but like also meets 28 Days Later.
That's a fucking brilliant idea. Don't give away any more trade secrets. Because the movie, yeah. Anyways, Glenn's going to be mad, but we can cut it.
I might. I'll talk to him.
Anyways.
Yeah, so, God, what else can I say about Maniac Cops?
Slows down a little bit.
Kind of slowed down a little bit, but again, it's 95 minutes, so...
Bruce Campbell
you're
is
in
the
your own.
king of camp.
And he is. He's amazing in this.
Unquestionably.
I will say there's this weird, like, I'm not sure who the protagonist is, because at first it looks like it's going to be about Bruce Campbell's boss, and then they introduce Bruce Campbell as this, like, he's having an affair with his fellow cop lady, and then his wife goes crazy and gets murdered by someone we don't know, and then he gets framed for it, and so, like, he's not a sympathetic character, and then we're trying to catch up and be like, oh, wait, but he is a good guy.
They just kind of shoehorn in like, hey, you're supposed to care about this guy now.
Yeah, but then also it's also about his cop girlfriend who's trying to, like the story follows her, and so, like, it's three protagonists, and you're never really sure which one is, like, okay, who am I paying attention to? Who's the, like, who's the main character here?
Yeah, it sounds like a lot to shoehorn into 90 minutes.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was
But,
a
hey.
lot. Of the two, I would highly recommend Shopping Mall over
Okay.
over Maniac Cop, but just barely, barely.
Yeah.
Just because in Shopping Mall, at least you get some boobies, so, you know.
That is a plus. I
mean, I'm a fan of nipples.
www.dudeboob.com. Anyway, so what would you rate it?
Let's see. I'm going to give it 3 much campier sequels.
Oh, it has 3 sequels?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, that's a real thing. Wow.
Oh. He gets, like, Jason from Hell powers. He gets, like, psychotropic witch powers.
Same dude?
Oh, yeah. Robert Zadar.
Nice work. Yeah, that's way more my
That's how
alley.
you establish a franchise.
Yeah, that's right.
We call that job security.
That's right. Will you do number 2 through 6? Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
I had, like, a writing credit on number 4 through 6, please.
Yeah, it's like fucking Iron Eagle. That one dude was just like, however many you keep making, I'm going to keep
Was that
being...
Lou Gossett Jr.?
I think so.
Yeah, it was Lou Gossett Jr.
Yeah. He's like, as many as you keep making.
Sesame Street ain't paying what it used to.
Right. Fucking Iron Eagles all the way. Damn right.
Like, we have to kill you off now. You've been in 9 of these. We have to.
Yeah, how many times is the shamed pilot gonna go back for more action? It's like Death Wish 3 by the time, what's his name?
Charlie Bronson.
Yeah, Charles Bronson. It just becomes him. He is definitely, if you zoom out on Death Wish 3, he is the bad guy in the movie.
Yeah.
He gets a chain gun and just murders dozens of people. It's like, oh, it's fucking vigilante justice. Like, nah, bro, this is just straight murder at this point.
Dude, Death Wish 3 is my favorite Punisher movie.
It really is. It gets out of hand. You're like, I'm supposed to be rooting for this dude? He's causing chaos in these streets, man.
He's literally putting, like, huge caliber rounds into, like, random apartment buildings. Like, there's no way all of those bullets are hitting his intended target.
The collateral damage was far worse than any damage caused initially by the bad guys.
I'd rather just have the drive-by, thank you.
Yeah, that was wrapped up a week ago. Damn.
At least they're over and done.
Right.
You know they're going to circle back once and then you're done.
That's it. It's a wrap. Well, what else you been watching, my guy?
Oh, man. Rewatched a classic 1990, I want to say it's 97, maybe 1998, directed by Peter Jackson.
Who also directed Canadian Bacon?
Who also, yes. And
I was so wrong on that. I knew it was Michael Moore, but I was like, it was fucking Peter Jackson. I remember that shit.
Listen, I know he's fat and sloppy. That's all I know.
Burn it down. Burn it all down. Anyways, yeah. So you watched Peter Jackson's Canadian Bacon.
That's right.
And The Frighteners.
That's right. Yeah, he also directed the Lord of the Rings trilogy. You might have heard of it.
You might have.
Won a bunch of awards, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I've never seen it.
Anyways, The Frighteners.
The Frighteners, starring Michael J. Fox.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not Gary Busey, but his son.
Jake Busey.
Jake Busey, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I was going to say Carrie Busey, but I knew that wasn't right.
That was I don't know who that is, Kat.
It's the wife of Gary Busey. Carrie Busey.
I'm Gary Busey. This is my wife,
Carrie
Busey. This is our dog, Jerry Busey.
Exactly. Apples don't fall too far from the tree. Anyways, Jake Busey, Michael J. Fox, The Frighteners. What you think about it, man? Break it down. I saw that movie with my friend Jonathan on video for a Halloween party years ago.
That was one of those classic VHS tapes that you saw the movie completely based on the box. I mean, literally, you'd be walking in like, movie gallery, or if you had money like that, Blockbuster.
I was talking about that today. I think I know where you're going, but go ahead.
But like, you would just be walking through and like a lot of movies back in the day, especially in the VHS era, were sold on like the visual, aspects of the film, and I mean like not even the visual aspects, like the cinematography,
the box art,
like the box art, like it was just meant to catch your eye, and is if they could make you pull the movie off the shelf and look at it, there was
at least read the back.
You were so much more likely to take that movie home, So, and this box was literally just a white box with the big, like, 3D puff image of like a skull coming out of just a white, like, it almost looked like a linen sheet.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looked like somebody poking through a blanket with a skull.
Yeah. And then it had just written in like neon green and black, The Frighteners. Yeah. And that was all that was the no distribution company, no starring, none of that stuff. It was just a plain black box with this scary ass image coming out of it in 3D, no less. And you're like, what the fuck movie is this?
Yeah, no, I have a different take on it for that reason. But go ahead, I want to hear your part first. But yeah.
So, so long story short, Michael J. Fox is a sort of a paranormal huckster. Although he really can see ghosts, he just travels with these two ghosts who go town to town, and like they'll invade a house. Somebody will read an ad in the paper and go, Frank Bannerman, psychic, entity removal, whatever, yada, yada, yada. Call him. He comes up, does his whole, shucking and jiving, and like, oh, this is the worst residual entity, I've ever seen.
And his two ghost buddies are causing trouble in the background.
Yeah. Just harmless shit. Shaking the bed, throwing cups around, like not hurting anybody, but just, basic ghost shit, silly ghost shit.
If you're a ghost and that was what you're relegated to, shake these cups around. Woo, I'd be like, man, fuck you.
So anyway, he stumbles into a town where there actually is murders happening, and he, long story short, can see this ghost is going around and squeezing people's heart and basically just crushing their rib cage. And before he strikes, he's writing a number on their forehead, 31, 32, 33, 34, whatever. And he's the only one that can see it. So now he has to prove that he's not just a huckster, but like also the town's in danger, and there really is a psychic calamity out there that's causing these murders and not some like physical being.
Yeah. I'll tell you this much. Because, and this is, we'll talk about it again later, but because the box art was one way, and I remember reading the back of it, and I had heard like, oh, that movie's scary. I was pretty young when it came out. Like I was born in '86, so I mean, you do the math. I couldn't have been no more than 12, depending on, even if we say it came out in '98.
Sure.
So that's starting to get, but I think it came out a little bit before that. Either way,
maybe 96, 97.
Right, not even a teenager yet. And I remember thinking like, oh, I'm going to rent this and it's going to be super scary and I'm going to appreciate that. And it was so fucking goofy.
Remember when you could be 11 years old and just check out R-rated movies from Blockbuster?
Oh, yeah.
They just didn't even care.
Yeah, no, they pretended to. But no, I was going to say, I was just disappointed because it ended up being so fucking goofy. And I didn't realize that it was like a horror comedy. Mm-hmm. And the box art didn't really explain that, nor did the description on the back. And like what little bit I had heard about it, I was like, oh yeah, like this must be good. I know a couple of my other friends had talked about it. And then I saw it and I was like, man. Okay. Like, and it wasn't, here's the thing, is if it's like if you go to drink water and you actually end up drinking Sprite, you may spit it out. not because you dislike Sprite, but you're expecting water.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's more what it was. It's like if you grab.
Like you put that in alcoholic terms so I can understand.
Yeah. It's whatever it is. You grab water and it ends up being vodka.
Oh, okay.
You like vodka, but it's like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting vodka. And that's kind of what it was for me. And so it kind of dampened every time I've seen that movie since then. It was just kind of like, and I can appreciate it now, but I remember we were talking recently on a podcast about like what movies disappointed you. Mm-hmm. That one wasn't that big because my expectation wasn't that big for it. But it was like, I felt like I was sold a thing of false goods. And not only from the box art, but from the buzz around the movie. And so I remember like, I didn't realize it was
Wait a minute, this isn't Miracle Tonic. This is Piss and Ink.
You're right. It's a Sweeney Todd reference. I like
it. Let me get another sip. Maybe I'm wrong.
But I remember they had Jake Busey, and they were like, what are those doors, the revolving doors in hotels? Mm-hmm. I remember they were spinning it really fast, and it became like all cartoony, and they did like the whoop, 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 like background noise.
His ghost buddies were trying to trap or prevent Jake Busey ghost from attacking Michael J. Fox. Yeah,
and I remember like they were spinning the door or whatever, and it was like did the cartoon like Three Stooges noise, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This
you almost expect the like slide whistle, like wee, 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 wee.
Yeah. I was like, the fuck did I just watch? So that my first reaction to that movie was not what I thought it was.
Okay.
So, but I've seen it since then, and I can appreciate it now, being like, oh, it's a horror comedy, especially what I know about Peter Jackson now, being like, oh, he did Dead Alive and all these other things. I can retroactively kind of see what he was going for, but I was so fucking let down. I was like, that's a dog shit ass movie. Didn't make me laugh and didn't scare me. So I walked away just being like, the fuck was that?
I mean, there is a little bit of that. It does, the horror falls a little bit flat. There's some kind of scary scenes, but it's kind of ruined by how bad the CGI is, even for like 1996, 1998. Right. And I think we've talked about this. At this point, Jurassic Park has come out.
Right, the game's changed.
It's you can't send your CGI to the lowest bidder anymore. Like, oh, we can kind of make a ghost thing and it won't look cartoony, but yeah, it's not gonna look real. Like, you can't do that anymore. And yeah, there's some really goofy part. Yeah, like slapsticky stuff.
I wanted it to be frightening, and it says The Frighteners, and it was not the goddamn two of the Three Stooges and Michael J. Fox, Marty McFly running around being Ghostbuster detectives. Just put that shit on the box art and let me know what the fuck I'm getting. But they got their money, and I can never get it back, Michael. Never get it back. They won.
And so we win again.
Exactly.
We've already got your money.
So good on your Frighteners marketing campaign.
Coming soon, The Frighteners 2.
Even goofier. Oh, man. Yeah. So, I will rate it, and you can keep talking about it all you want, but that's all I wanted to say about it. Sure. I will rate it an elevator. Oh, wait, that's a different movie.
Never mind. No. Take two. Let's see. The only thing I can really say about it is that, and this is kind of a negative. I do enjoy the movie. It's very fun. Yes, it's a little silly in parts. It tries to be a little terrifying. It's not really
doesn't
either
stick
one.
Either. Yeah, it doesn't.
But it's not necessarily bad. It's very, very well shot. I think, again, Peter Jackson, you can see kind of where his mind goes and see the technical aspects of what he's doing, and you're like, oh, that's actually a really, really well-framed shot. Like the plot and pacing seems to make sense. Like they have just enough flashbacks to like give you enough information to keep you interested, as opposed to just like information dump in the last third act where like Michael J. Fox remembers everything. You're like, oh, well, that was all important information. We should have known the entire movie.
Yeah, the exposition dump.
My only really major problem with the movie was Michael J. Fox just gave a really shaky performance.
You really had to go for that joke. How long were you sitting on that?
Oh my God, since we started talking about the movie.
Mike was like, I got to bed around 4 last night.
My mental health is not good now.
I see it. I will go ahead and pivot off of that one. I will rate the movie Jerry Busey, Larry Busey,
and Carrie Busey.
And Scary Busey.
Scary Busey.
They're like the Spice Girls now.
That's right.
Oh my God, that's a brilliant movie right there.
Spice Girls meet Gary Busey?
Yeah, they're all like a baby Spice, this and that, baby, ginger, Scary Spice.
No, I just want the Spice Girls to actually meet Gary Busey.
Yeah. Anyways.
So you guys were like a band or something?
Oh my God, yeah.
Let's see. After that, man, do you want to take a quick break? We can maybe hear from our sponsors.
I would love to do that. It might be an abridged episode today, but
that's all right.
I'm busy with the holiday season, my guy. So we're going to take a break from our sponsor, Holiday Gift Bags Tracker. Trace the lineage of recycled bags that have been around season after season.
Thank you for our sponsor, giftbagtracker.com. It's like 23andMe, but for gift bags.
Right, because the bag, it's a gift in itself on Christmas. I do think about that sometimes, though. Like, they have like a dollar bill tracker.
Right, yeah.
Be like, how long does these go back, man?
Right.
So my great-grandmother gave me this, and then it's just been passed around the family. I gifted to you for one Christmas, you gifted to me for the next, and...
Right.
It's crazy.
Last year's sweater is this year's socks.
Right, exactly. It's just a housing unit. So, yeah. So what's next on our agenda here? Do you have a particular question that I need to be asked, I think, maybe?
Oh, man. I was going to ask you, oh, yeah. What you been watching, brother?
I thought you would never ask. There's something I know we both seen, so I'll save that. But I did get around to watching the Martin Scorsese movie, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay.
Good movie. It is about, ultimately, it opens up kind of with a bang of the Osage Indians. If I'm mispronouncing it, that's how Robert De Niro says it in the movie. And I don't know if his character purposely says it wrong.
Sure.
But the Osage Indians, and they ultimately get pushed. Trail of Tears happen. They get pushed to Oklahoma. They get a shitty deal from the white people, and what happens is they say, "Hey."
So like every in Native American history,
but their land was particularly like, "Hey, they don't get shit." And turns out that it was they found oil there.
Oh,
and so
that changes the contract.
Yeah, so exactly.
Pray I do not alter it further.
Exactly, some Darth Vader shit.
Yeah.
Good fucking reference. Good pull there. So ultimately, that's what it is, and. So they become, per capita of people, the richest people in the world at that time. And this is set, it kind of starts off just after like 1900. I think it's like 1920, something like that.
Okay.
And then by the time the movie wraps, I think it's probably about a decade or so worth of time. So
it starts in the roaring 20s and ends in like the Great Depression kind of thing. Like pre-World War II kind of thing?
The birth of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So when J. Edgar Hoover started to kind of make a name for himself as this young up-and-comer.
Yeah, I think that was the late 40s, early 50s, if I remember
Could
correctly.
be. I'm terrible with American history in general. So, but yeah, it starts probably... Anyways, it takes place over a couple decades. Or at least
he's got a dam named after him.
The J. Edgar Hoover Dam? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? It's a damn big dam.
Is it a goddamn?
It is. It's really not that much when you think about it. So that's kind of where the movie... kind of lives and breathes is in that era, and really what it is Leonardo DiCaprio plays somebody who is summoned by his uncle. Leonardo DiCaprio is a soldier in one of the wars, I think World War I, comes home because his belly busted due to something. He was a cook. He saw a little bit of front. He didn't really see any action, but he did see some violence. So he was a cook, and so he gets summoned by Robert De Niro of like, hey, why don't you come out here to Osage country in Oklahoma? We'll get you some work. And turns out Robert De Niro, he calls himself, he's the king of the Osage Hill, is what it is. And of the Osage Plains or whatever it is. But they call him king. His name is William Hale. But everybody just calls him, King.
Hale the King.
Yeah, King Hale. So he ultimately ropes Leonardo DiCaprio in, who is, for lack of a better word, he's just kind of simple. He's a little thick, but
that's an interesting. Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't usually play like the dense, slow character. Like maybe like eating Gilbert Grape might have been
right.
Been the last one.
He's certainly not, and I say this as tastefully as I possibly can. He doesn't play it to that extreme. He's not like the character he's playing isn't like mentally disabled or has a handicap.
I understand like that. But like even in like Titanic or Wolf of Wall Street or
he's pretty sharp. Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah. He usually plays the dude who's like one or two steps ahead.
Yeah, he played Howard Hughes for God's sake.
There you go. Right.
Yeah. But no, so he plays kind of definitely not the puppet master in this one, more the puppet. And the puppet master ends up being Robert De Niro. And really what happens is Robert De Niro gives Leonardo DiCaprio, he's like, I'll find you work out here. You can be a driver. And what you got to do is just drive these Osage people around. They got money. They're getting checks and whatever. And really what it is that there's certain people that have 100% claim to their mineral rights. And so I guess
like the Osage people have
yes.
Okay.
And some people's checks are limited. So like when they're getting like their government stipends, they go to this booth every week and they're like, hey, I need my money. Some people it's you have unlimited funds. You have access to everything. And I'm not 100% sure how that works, but it's all in names and mineral rights. And so really what it is Robert De Niro hatches a plan of like, you are going to start driving around this pretty girl named, I believe, Molly. Let me check real quick. Yeah, Molly.
Okay.
Played by Lily Gladstone, who I've never seen her in anything else before. She is fucking awesome.
Okay.
And I don't want to call it an underrated performance of the week because she might be nominated for an Oscar.
Okay.
Only in the I want to say two things. One, her performance is worthy of an Oscar, but also it is one of those things where the Academy tends to like a statistic along the lines of like, this is the second Native American or indigenous American
she's the second youngest Native American to ever win the Academy Award, directed by Martin Scorsese on a Tuesday.
Yeah. They love stuff like that, but I don't want that to take away with the fact that it's an Oscar-worthy performance, Oscar-nominated worthy performance. So
okay.
I don't want to take it. I just know that the Academy loves shit like that.
It checks all the boxes in terms of like great performance, minority character,
right?
Right.
So underrepresented, things of that nature.
Historical film,
right. So, but yeah, Lily Gladstone is her name. She plays Molly, and really what it is Leonardo DiCaprio becomes her driver. He is kind of, I do like her, I do love her, this and that and the third. And really, it's just Robert De Niro, like, you need to get your hands on this oil money. Okay. And so that's really what the whole crux of the film is.
So it sounds like it's Dances with Wolves meets, like, There Will Be Blood.
It's more There Will Be Blood mixed with Wind River.
Oh.
Because Wind River, the big point of that movie is that, like, and I'm going to say this as freely as I can, but all these murders and terrible things start happening on this reservation of Native American land, and it's like nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
And
except for Jeremy Renner.
Except for Renner, who saves the day and is on our wall right now, and Lizzie Olsen cares deeply. But that's kind of what's going on here. It's like these people that have these mineral rights are just getting killed.
Sure.
And so eventually, because of Robert De Niro's influence, he's the king of the Osage Hills. It's a bunch of good old white boys, and nobody's going to tell on each other. Of course. And so, that's this problem.
It's the good old boy system,
right? And so nobody.
Well, I knew old Robert from back in the day, and I just got to say, I don't believe he's capable of such a crime.
Exactly. And
the cops go, "Yep, sounds good to me."
Yep, because they don't genuinely give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's very much so also. They try to portray and they say some pretty racial things, and I'm going to try to dance around it as best I can. Mm-hmm. But it's like in the movie Hero with Jet Li, they call him like the weak man of the East and things like that. And they call them, pardon me, I'm not trying to, but they kind of imply the same things like, these Osage people are weaker and they
genetically inferior species.
Pretty much. And so diabetes starts to ravage them. Alcoholism starts to ravage them. Mm-hmm. And guess what? It's no different than some shit that might have happened to the black community with crack and things of that nature. It was introduced. All these terrible things.
Right.
And so really it's just Robert De Niro and all these people. Like one of the characters, I think his name's Bill Smith in the movie.
Okay.
He marries one of the sisters that is in line to get these mineral rights.
Like the oil baroness.
Yes, to get these mineral rights. She marries one of them. She dies. He marries the sister, quickly. God. It's just his whole reasoning is like, well, she was there for me in my time of need and comforted me. And it's like, you're a piece of shit. And obviously Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't like this person because he's kind of...
shady?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Leonardo DiCaprio is not a very good person in this movie.
Okay.
He's simple enough where he kind of acts like he really does love Molly, but he's also a terrible fucking human being who's, without spoiling it too much, ultimately what it is you're seeing all these murders happen. And part of it is almost in a weird way, it's a whodunit kind of written with the murderers as the protagonists.
Oh,
and you don't know exactly who's doing what, but you're like, these people are picking off these Native American tribe because they tell you that. They're like, hey, look, here's the plan. And then all these things kind of happen. One gets murdered, another gets murdered, all in very graphic fashions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the mortician, they don't necessarily show it, but sometimes they do. The mortician, like, when they're like, oh, you need to examine the body, they, like, chop the body up, so when the FBI agents do come in at the end of the movie being like, what happened to that bullet that you magically found? Let me guess, it's gone too?
Right,
yep.
Sure.
Why did you examine the body this way? Oh, well, we was trying to find the bullet. I'm like, oh, you need to go...
Oh, so, like, they mask it under incompetence in terms of, like... or negligence in order to hide a larger crime.
Yes.
Well, the reason, I don't know, we just lost the spleen and that's where we found the bullet. And,
pretty much.
Oops, sorry, don't know where it went.
Pretty much, and it's the runaround of, you know who you need to talk to? You need to talk to this person. You go to that person.
Well, if you go fill out form 14A...
not like that. It's more, hey, you need to go talk to this person. I bet this person down at the old sheriff's office, they might know. You go to the sheriff's office. Well, you know, the coroner might know something about that. The coroner, well, you might need to talk to the mortician. The mortician, you might need to talk to the sheriff.
What you want to do is talk to Johnson, but you can't talk to him this week because he's on vacation. So,
right.
Yeah.
And so the final act of the movie is pretty much the FBI coming to this town as Molly goes to Washington, D.C., as she is struggling with diabetes. And so she is like, this might be the last thing I do.
The government took my babies and my foot.
Pretty much. And so she's struggling with this, and so she goes and pleads to the Native American council who has influence with the president, and is like, they're murdering us.
Right.
And the FBI comes down, and he's like, yeah, there's been a couple murders. He's like, yeah, there's been 25. I wouldn't really call that a couple. It's more like an epidemic.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And so that's kind of the premise of the movie, and I don't want to spoil it without you seeing it.
Okay.
But it's very long. It is 3.5 hours, and you feel the length.
Oh, wow.
It is a slow burn driven by a lot of really good performances.
Okay. So Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, but you feel the length of it, and it was captivating though.
Is it too long? Like, that's kind of my problem with a lot of Martin Scorsese movies lately, is that, like, he used to be able to tell a 2.5 hour story, and now he's stretching it to 3.5 hours, and I feel like there's a lot of, what do they call it? Chuffa, you know, like, or there's a lot of chaff from the wheat, you know, like, there's a lot of shit where you could absolutely separate it and tell the exact same story that you wanted to, and yet we don't necessarily need this scene or that scene or what have you.
I don't know. I know it comes from a book that I do know, and so I don't know his dedication to the book. There are some scenes that maybe linger a little too long.
Okay.
There is one point when the FBI finally, the acts are kind of weird too, because it's definitely like you would want to call this a third act, but then there's some other shit that happens. But around the third act, the FBI starts to kind of piece it all together. And so there's a big exposition dump of like, hey, here's what I got. But the way he presents it is still a little bit confusing. I didn't quite track everything, and maybe it's because I need to watch it again, but it didn't quite track. It was like, oh, that was a lot of information.
Sure, just
like, for a slow, this whole slow burn just got to that, and I wish I kind of would have spent a little more time there.
Sure, okay.
So,
like maybe putting, like, piecemealing out that information, like he learns this piece of information here, this piece of information here, as opposed to just he goes to one person who just knows everything.
It's literally at a certain point you see all these characters of FBI agents talking to just random people throughout town. And then pretty much the scene I'm talking about is they converge on an oil derelict and or
derrick,
not derelict. Jesus, what did I say? On an oil derrick, and it's them. All of them kind of have their turn in telling what they know, and it just happens very quickly. And I was like, oh shit, wait. And I would have liked to spend a little bit more time there, but I wouldn't want to spend more time there at the cost of more running time. Yes, I feel like the part that they needed to slow down, they didn't slow down.
Sure, yeah.
But everything else is, again, I appreciate the slow burn of it all. So
okay.
Very emotional. It's a pretty bummer movie in terms of you just see the ravaging of these people, and it's like, again, no one gives a shit.
So you're telling me once again, Native Americans in the United States are getting fucked over at every opportunity?
Pretty much.
Sir, I don't know if I believe you. I saw Pocahontas.
yeah, that story is drastically different than the fucking...
I saw Dancing with Wolves. It all worked out, right?
Yeah, it does. But I'll say this.
Remember Avatar?
Yeah, same movie. I will say this, Leonardo...
I'm sorry for laughing. It's a tragic story, and I should not laugh. No. I'm laughing at my jokes, not the situation.
You're laughing at those three movies are ultimately the same.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I get it. I know I was following you. I will say this, Leonardo DiCaprio, there's something to this young man.
Young man?
Yeah, he's...
That man is 50.
He's going places. This guy should be in more movies, more leads... More Oscar nods, things of that nature.
More 18 to 22-year-olds.
Yeah, he dumps him at 26, I think. Is his cutoff. But hey, dude, good for you.
I mean, that's a man who knows what he wants.
Whatever, man.
And also, given the opportunity, if I was 18 to 22 years old and Leonardo DiCaprio showed interest and he was like, yo, listen, here's the rules, I'd be like, cool. I'm going to ride this fucking coattail for as long as I can.
Right. Hey, man, you know exactly what this is. If you sign up for it, that's on you.
That's it.
So, anyways, he's brilliant in it. Robert De Niro, once again, is brilliant. It's just a lot of the same players. This Lily Gladstone, she's incredible in it. It's good all the way around. And I gotta say, it really does stand on the backs of the performances. The story itself is really good. But again, it's weird. It's oddly paced in the fact of you don't know all the intricacies of it, of who's doing these killings and who is picking anybody that starts to kind of thumb their nose in things and starts to get...
So it's like a classic whodunit in terms of as soon as you think you know who it is, they throw a little bit of shade on somebody else to
they just
maybe waver your decision a little bit. Maybe not totally convince you one way or the other, but but I don't know, it could also be this guy.
Not really, in the sense you know that it's a group of people doing it. You know that at some point Robert De Niro is responsible for a lot of this shit. You don't know how much of it he's doing directly, how much of it Leonardo DiCaprio is doing directly, how much of his brother. You know there's a group of people that is killing these people.
So you're telling me that it's all old, rich, white people
trying to get richer,
influencing the local governments to get their way at the detriment of the local populace, the local minority.
It's exactly what I'm saying, buddy. And it's hard to believe in this.
Welcome to America.
I don't know if that was Macho Man or if that was your Bruce Springsteen. Very similar in your impersonations there. But I do recommend it. It's a slow burn and it's a little bit of a bummer. Just because there's some...
Little bit?
Little bit. I mean, and again, I don't want to spoil it. There's a bunch of reveals that when you do see it, I'd love to talk to you about.
Okay.
The long and short of it's pretty much there.
Cool,
and
cool. I'll watch Schindler's List and then I'll watch that.
Right. And it's watching people get their comeuppance or who you think might get their comeuppance by the end. It's pretty interesting. So I would give it
3.5 boobless hours. It's a sled.
Rosebud's a sled, yeah. Family Guy joke.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I will give it one full moon over the Oklahoma plains.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds beautiful and tragic.
That's exactly right.
That's
exactly right. Now, the movie that we both have seen.
Marcus, what else have you been watching?
I know, the movie we both have seen.
Marcus, what else have you been watching?
I have been watching Jack Frost 2, Revenge of the Killer Mutant Snowman.
Oh, me too!
One of my favorite holiday traditions is to watch the original Jack Frost, who I think if you've been paying attention to this podcast long enough, I put Michael on last holiday season, which he finally watched and thoroughly appreciated.
Yep.
But before I do, Jack Frost 1 was a movie, how you were talking about the Frighteners earlier, and how box art for just the actual film itself, for the VHS.
Yeah, the VHS aesthetics.
Right, the box art of it. Jack Frost 2 Jack Frost 1, the original, was one that caught my eye because I've told the story before. My best friend John Shuck and I wanted something kind of campy, and he was like, "Yo, let's get Jack Frost," because every time you walk past it in the movie theater, in the movie store at Movie Gallery, it was one of those old school holographic ones that changed. It looked like a happy snowman when you looked at it from the left side, and as you walked over to the right, he transformed and had the teeth and the claws and the fur, the pointed eyebrows to make him a killer snowman.
Yeah, it's like a Pokemon card where if you look at it one way, it's Charizard, and if you look at the other side, it's Charmander.
Yeah, I forget what those are called, but it's some kind of holographic
like transition cards.
Yeah, pretty much. And so that was the box art for Jack Frost, the first one. So that's what brought me into the series.
It's like, oh, this box changes colors.
Yeah, and that was a big deal back in the day. A lot of movies. But you think that's like an extra on the grand scheme of production? What, an extra maybe 2 cents per box?
Sure. Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
I know
exactly.
the DVD sleeves, when a DVD first comes out, when you buy it, they have the sleeves and it's like limited edition. A couple months later, those sleeves are, if they're not
Gone.
sold out already, it's just a straight box, just for the same reason.
Yeah.
So the little holograph was just like glued onto the front.
But it made the difference. Like, I don't think, like, there's a younger generation that right now will never understand. Well, maybe like scrolling through Netflix or something, but like there was this certain aesthetic of walking through the movie store and just seeing boxes and just row after row after row of VHS tapes and DVDs and whatever, and like there had to be something about it that like struck your interest and made you reach out and go, ooh, what's this one? And that's all it took. That's 9 times out of 10. Because if you reach out and pull a box out, you're probably going to read the back and be like, I like everything about this, you know? Or at least there's an increased probability, you know?
Where you go, who's in this? Who directed this?
Right,
and you're like,
right,
oh, I
right,
like this
right,
director.
Right,
he did
right,
this.
Right. And all it took was just the visual, like...
The aesthetic, yeah.
Yeah. Just looking at the box cover and being like, what is this? This looks cool. Like, I mean, you see it all the time with, like, movies trying to imitate, like, the Frank Frazetta or something like that. Like Beastmaster and Conan, or, you know, shirtless dude holding a sword above his head with a beautiful, like... woman wrapped in a beautiful woman clothed in a bikini wrapped around his leg,
right.
And then there's probably a sorcerer in the background, or like a dragon or something like that, or like the space movie where it's a dude shooting a laser gun dressed in like silver leather, and some beautiful woman off in the box, you know, off on the side, and some evil space alien with the prosthetics, you know.
And
like
some catchy tagline.
Some catchy tag, like, they thought it was all about space and love. Turns out it was all about terror.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's a shitty one.
No, I got you. You actually weren't bad for it. For off the top of your head, that wasn't too bad. But
I can do better.
You want to do take 2?
Nope.
Okay. He said, no, I would, but I'm just too lazy. Nope. I said I could do better. I just want you to know that I could.
Which is the point of an 80s movie. Like, I could do better, but I won't.
I'm too lazy to. So,
sorry, we're out of cocaine.
Yeah, exactly. So, the other part that was fun in the movie store was also, as one of 3 brothers, you would have to almost get somebody on your side to try to control the narrative. I'd be like, hey, this looks cool. And sometimes you immediately got we're not renting that. You had to feel the room of like, if I can convince one of these people, then I have 2 voices. And so you had to like go off of looks. Oh, this looks cool. This looks cool. Or I heard this movie was awesome. And a lot of times you're lying.
You're just lying around.
Yeah, like, my friend said it was this. And you're like, which friend? You're like, at school, you don't know him. You don't know him at all. I could say any name right now, and you just have to believe me.
She goes to school in Canada. You probably never heard of her.
Yeah, that's a pen pal. Chef Boyardee. Yeah, that's his name.
Her name is Florence Plate.
Right. It's like Kaiser Sose.
Kaiser Sose.
You know what I'm saying? As you read shit in the movie theater. Yeah. Anyways.
Her name is Freddy Krueger.
Anyways, so that's what initially attracted me to Jack Frost. So we watched the sequel, Jack Frost 2: Revenge of the Killer Mutant Snowman.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I fucking loved it. They leaned into the camp more. They doubled down on what works in a weird way.
So just for shorthand, do you want to explain what the basic premise is?
We explained in when we first talked about it, but for those that don't have 2020 memory, ultimately what it is, there is a murderer, a psychopath, a serial killer named Jack Frost, I believe his name is. And he is being transported to prison after being arrested by this town sheriff.
Sentenced to death.
Sentenced to death by the... Christopher Allport plays him. The sheriff's name is Sam Tiller.
Yes. Yeah.
So Sam Tiller busts him, whatever. He's being sent upstate. He has a horrible collision with a chemical truck. But in the process, he dies, Jack Frost does, in the snow with these chemicals. Reincarnate him as a killer snowman who vows to seek revenge on the sheriff and the town and all that stuff.
Right. Genetically modified cryogenics.
Yes.
Is their explanation. How you genetically modify snow, I don't know. But that's the science we're working with. Jump on board or get the fuck off.
Yeah, it's Daredevil, pretty much. A truck hits him and he gets radioactive bat powers.
Daredevil.
But he turns into a snowman instead. Instead of Ninja Turtles, if you can believe that, you can believe in this.
So, can we get that movie?
Yeah, we won't even go down that rabbit hole right now, but yes, I would love that. He could be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villain, though.
Yeah, Jack Frost?
Yeah, easily.
I would totally buy that toy.
Easily. So, the second one pretty much starts off. In the first movie, Jack Frost is defeated by the sheriff, his family. His weakness is antifreeze, and he tackles him into a truck bed filled with antifreeze, and Jack Frost melts away. They then take the remains of the antifreeze, and they bury it deep in the earth. And the second movie pretty much starts off with some hooligans digging up the grave for some reason. They don't ever explain the motive, but the
voice they use is like, it's very much
old-timey sheriff.
It's Fuzzy Lumpkin.
Well, who told you to dig it up here? Well, I don't know.
Well, this is a site right here. If the money's good.
The other dude betrays him and kills him in voiceover.
Right.
In ADR.
Yeah. So they re-dig up Jack Frost and bring him to some secret scientific lab that's never explained. Doesn't matter. Don't fucking worry about it. Long story short, they reincarnate him, and then he decides to track the sheriff that killed him from, Snowmonton?
Yeah, Snowmonton.
Snowmonton to the Bahamas.
Yep.
That's where we pick up our movie.
Yeah, the poor sheriff has been traumatized for over a year now due to the events of Jack Frost 1. And so he can't get over it. The movie opens with him speaking to either a psychiatrist or a therapist of some kind, and he's telling his story about the mutant snowman. And little did you know, this poor sheriff has become the laughingstock of this little office as the receptionist and all the other people are listening in.
Oh, no. Not just all the other people. It's the receptionist.
Some dude in a construction
worker. Some dude who works at like a 1950s diner with a paper hat and apron. And then what was the other one? It was like a college student or something like that with like glasses or something like that.
Yeah, they just...
the most eclectic group of people who were like, why are they... Like, who shows up to a therapist appointment in your construction hat?
Right, so apparently the village people were listening in on the other line. It was a cowboy, a construction worker,
young man,
police chief, and
put your snow behind you. Right. I said, young man.
So
it's what you can do.
So they listen in to the humiliation of this poor sheriff, and he decides to get away for Christmas, even though he doesn't feel safe. He's been traumatized and he can't get over it. Jack Frost somehow. In the first movie, one of his powers was he can turn into water,
right,
and still and then reappear, refreeze himself
hydrokinesis.
Elsewhere. Yeah, pretty much. In this one, I don't understand his power set whatsoever.
Nope.
Because he makes it to the island, and at some point he's just
no, not just makes it to the island, traverses from
a drain,
Snowmonton, Minnesota,
Wyoming,
Wisconsin, whatever, to the Bahamas. So he would have had to go through the Great Lakes, down like through the Hudson River, down the entire East Coast, through the Gulf Stream to make it to fucking the Bahamas?
Yeah.
Which somehow are mountainous?
Well, he's just in the Caribbean. It's not necessarily the Bahamas.
No, they definitely say the Bahamas.
Oh, either way.
And
sure.
I don't know if you know this, but the Bahamas are not known for their mountains.
Many other Caribbean islands are, but yes. Yes. So yeah, he makes all that trip in like the span of like a day, however long it takes them to fly there. He's like right behind them.
Yeah.
They get settled in, and then all of a sudden, boom.
But they never... The only explanation is that the sheriff might have been discussing his travel plans and stepped in a puddle that maybe was Jack Frost, but they never really explained it.
Oh, no, they do explain it, and it's terrible. We'll get to that point.
Oh, okay. Maybe I missed that part.
They do.
Okay.
They do. That's why they have a shining connection almost.
Oh.
So,
that's right.
Because apparently what happened was when... It's kind of like Neo and Agent Smith in The Matrix. Right. Is the best way I can describe it. When he fell into the antifreeze at the end of Jack Frost 1, the sheriff had open wounds on him from fighting Jack Frost. And so maybe their DNA got mixed in together. Right. And so they have this weird connection where they can sense them and all this kind of stuff. That's how we followed them all the way to this bohemian getaway.
Well, when you put it like that, it makes total sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense. So really what it is it's Jack Frost traveling the ocean or whatever, and at some point there's these people that are on this deserted raft in the middle of nowhere.
Can I just say, I love their initial banter where it's just one dude being like, no, those totally aren't rocks. Don't worry about it. No, those aren't rocks at all. And the dude's like, shut up. No, those aren't rocks at all. Don't worry about it. We don't need a compass. What the fuck are we going to need a compass for?
Yeah.
Like, it tells so much of their backstory just by, like... stupid dialogue.
Yeah. Goon A
and they find a carrot.
No, they brought the carrot. Apparently they had a candy bar and a carrot. One dude ate the candy bar, so he was mad at him. The other dude, they got in a fight because he's like, well, fine, then this is my carrot. And really the point of the carrot is it shows how Jack Frost is assembling all the parts of his snowman body. Right. So he gets a carrot from these two guys. Of course, it's on the Bohemian Island, so there's some group of young women that are out there, and they're trying to pick up on some boys, and they're having a fire, and guess what starts the fire is charcoal. Right. So he kills them slowly.
Gets his, like, eyes and buttons, and then he kills a dude for a scarf. Yeah.
Now, at one point...
Here's my question.
Go ahead.
I know he has, like... hydrokinesis.
Oh, you're about to talk about his power set? Because that's where I was going next.
So how does he go from the shoreline, kill this group of women, and I'm sorry, but like the tropics are at least a constant temperate climate of, I don't know, 74 degrees.
He's incredibly powerful in this movie, let's just say. At one point, there's not even any snow. It's just his carrot nose is doing the talking.
Yeah.
It's like, how is that possible?
Just wiggling through the sand.
Through the way. Listen here. Da, 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 da. And he's doing all this corny dialogue, just watching these young women in their charcoal fire who he kills. At one point, he sneaks up on this woman who's doing a photo shoot, and he turns himself into ice. Now, here's the power part, Michael. I'm about to geek out, so let me push my glasses up.
I'm following.
Iceman in the X-Men comics is considered in
wow, hold on.
Yeah, we're going there.
Hold on, I got to readjust my position here.
Exactly. Iceman in the comic books is considered an Omega level mutant.
Yes.
And that is pretty much, I won't bore you too much, it's like a nuclear deterrent. That means that there is no man-made machine that has the abilities or power set of a certain mutant. So like Magneto is one.
So essentially, if they ascended to their highest power level, there's nothing that humankind with its technology could do to stop it.
Pretty much, yes. So that's like the highest form. That's like the highest grade if you're an Omega level mutant. There's only a handful of them in the MCU. Iceman, with this power, he can make clones of himself. The issue is that it's his conscious controlling them. He can make like puppets of himself, but he has to still sit back and control them. Now, why I say that Jack Frost must be the most powerful goddamn being on the planet.
Right.
At one point, he turns himself into ice cubes in a cooler.
Right.
Now, each one of these ice cubes, you hear them banter within the little cooler.
Oh, they have individual names.
I was going to say, so he splits his consciousness.
One's called Carrie, one's called Larry, one's called...
Oh my God. Callback joke. But I'm saying, he splits his consciousness
Yeah.
into thousands of ice cubes. Like, do you understand the raw ability of that? Technically, then, each one of those could
Have his own individual personality.
and could unfreeze themselves and be an army of fucking When I saw that, Michael, the nerd in me was like, he's the most powerful goddamn being on the planet.
He's more terrifying than Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, if you can split your consciousness and be individual people and then come back as one, like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Jack Frost is back on this island. He has more powers than ever. He can now freeze things by a touch. He can he can just turn whatever he wants to snow and pain.
Yeah.
And
snow and pain.
Pretty much.
I think I found the title of this fucking podcast.
So his power set is through the roof now. And ultimately, this poor sheriff who nobody believes, he's like, I know Jack's here. I know Jack Frost is back.
Yeah, he's kind of suffering from PTSD. And like for the past year, he's just been talking about Jack's coming back. And nobody believes him.
They're like, you need to get away. Let's go on a vacation. So it's kind of Jaws 4 in a weird way, too.
I was going to say more Die Hard in terms of like, just come down to Jamaica, get a couple of laughs.
Kind of, actually, as a sheriff.
Yeah.
So all that being said, Jack Frost then reveals himself after terrorizing the island and killing several people just for cannon fodder sake. He
just icicle spikes through the eyes. Oh, he puts a pair of cooking tongs through a woman's eyes and then plucks them out like Concord grapes.
Yes, he does. He also freezes a woman alive in a pool.
That's right.
He does. He turns into an anvil and drops on somebody and mushes them.
Yeah, a snow anvil.
Yeah.
A snowville.
Yeah, exactly. And the whole time that
he throws a snowball with such force and velocity that it rips off a guy's arm.
Well, that's when the movie cranks up in the second
Yes,
gear,
it
Michael.
is.
Because up to this point, you don't really get to see Jack Frost. He's kind of assembling himself and working in the shadows.
Right.
And apparently...
It's like a Voldemort situation.
Kind of. Yeah, you hear his voice all the time. And the sheriff eventually goes to sleep. He's like, all right, you're right. I'm going to let this thing go. And he wakes up and it's snowing outside. And everyone else is being oblivious to it. And the funny part is there are certain, like, very trope, very... cliched, stereotype kind of characters. There's the benefactor of the island is this old like British dude who was in India.
In India in 1904, we had to face the bunch of Punjabis, and they almost took my leg, but I fought them off with a broken teacup and.
Right, he looks like a safari fucking like he shot a lion at least once or twice.
He's very colonial British, like safari hat. Yeah,
right.
Like,
there's the Jamaican the Caribbean bartender he's got with him.
Which can we talk about his accent that he's doing? I want to be able to do that level of accent because he is not Jamaican, he is not Caribbean, but it sounds like just cheesy enough to where it's believable, but not really.
Yeah, he does that pretty well.
So it's just cheesy enough to where it's not offensive, which is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. You're also white, which takes a big chunk out of it.
There's not white Jamaicans?
There are.
All right.
There are.
Okay.
But not in the way you try to portray. God,
I'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I'm working on it.
We'll get there
every night.
So, but anyways, there's a slew of kind of characters that all kind of fit a certain mold. There is one returning character that's not even a returning character.
Oh yeah.
One of the Sheriff Sam Tiller, that was the main protagonist. He had a buddy named Agent Manners who worked at the FBI.
From the first movie.
From the first movie.
Right. Who, in sequence, got his face mutilated by Jack Frost, and they never really officially showed him dying. They just showed him, like... It was one of those, like, in-shadow things where, like, Jack Frost turns the corner, and it's like, ah! Like... Yeah.
And he gets roughed up. Apparently, drumroll, he lives. But he's played by a different actor. And they do what I always ask, and this is the big thing at what you've been watching, at least on this half of the table.
It's the greatest line ever.
They give you the line of dialogue. They wrote it in there to be like, why does this dude look so different? He's like, 40 different facial reconstruction surgeries, and this is the best they could do. It's a completely different actor with an eye patch. It's fucking awesome.
The only difference is it's an eye patch and a completely different actor.
Yes. And this is how you know that they're leaning in.
Like, not even like different height, different hair type, different ethnicity. Like, the first guy was kind of maybe Hispanic or something like that. This dude is very Aryan white, and they're like 45 facial reconstructions. This is the best they could do. Like, they did pretty fucking good.
They're pretty damn good. You're not grotesque as you should be.
It's not like some Phantom of the Opera shit.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. He looks pretty good, actually. The funny part to me is this is when they really do lean into the camp.
Yeah.
And you can tell that it's written and directed by the same person, based on characters directed by Michael Cooney. So shout out to you for giving us a great franchise. It's dear to my heart. But this Agent Manners, every time he's on screen, I don't know what this is called, and Michael had to inform me. But they do the like the ba 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 da. Yeah. And I think it's called a dramatic sting.
Yeah, it's like you've all seen the internet meme of the gopher, you know, in the Japanese game show turning around and like, blah, 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 da.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to know who the first person to do that was. Kind of like the idea of like in other movies where somebody yells so loud and then they cut to a shot of a tree and all the birds fly out of the tree.
Sure. Or like the Wilhelm scream, like the
Yeah.
Like, where did it originate? Like, what was the first person to do the whole like ba 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 da?
So they do that dramatic sting
every time
he's on, and it's fucking hilarious because they write such bad dialogue, and I'm pretty sure at this point it's purposeful.
Oh yes, yeah.
They're winking at the camera so heavy that they just hit you with the dramatic sting. At one point he goes, "I wasn't done talking," and then he delivers his next line or some shit like that. I might be butchering the delivery a little bit.
You're right. That is right. That's right.
Yeah, but then he like continues a part of a story after they do it, and it's like that is so bad. Like kudos to you for doing that.
It happened in Cambodia. Bwah, 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 da. I wasn't done.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's David Allen Brooks plays Agent Manners in Jack Frost 2. It was Stephen Mindell.
In the first one.
Yeah, in the first one.
Yeah.
So, but to go back to it though, this FBI agent, he's now head of security on this island, this indigenous island. He's like, I got away from all the snow.
He says, I retired, and then the sheriff is like, they fired you, didn't they? Like, yeah, shit canned me right out the door.
Right out the Yeah, nobody believes him about this killer mutant snowman. But the best part is as Jack Frost begins to assemble himself, this poor sheriff, Mr. Sam Tiller, played by the now deceased, and I'm going to give it to him, the underrated performance of the week.
You know what? Based on Jack Frost and Jack Frost 2, I'm going to give it to him because, listen, was he the most convincing actor in the movie? No. But did he commit 100%? Yes.
It's pretty
much... And I gotta respect that. In the same way that I respect Nick Cage for the exact same reason.
Of course. So we're gonna give our underrated performance of the week to Christopher Allport. May you rest in peace, first off.
He doesn't get the Val Kilmer Award. He gets the Nick Cage Award.
He does. What is the difference? Explain it to the people.
I mean,
one swings for the fences and it might be a terrible performance. Got it. We're gonna move ahead and make that canon now. No, I'm just kidding. But no, he passed away. There was allegedly supposed to be a Jack Frost 3.
Really?
Which would have made my day.
Yes. But where do you go for... So you brought Jack Frost from, like, snowfuck Minnesota to the Bahamas. Where do you go from there?
I mean, you got to go to a fiery volcano.
No.
It's the only logical spot.
No, sir. You do a Jack Frost origin story based in the, like, 1700s.
Okay. Killer, it's his sentient.
Yes.
Anyways.
This is where you jump the shark. This is where you go like, oh no, this killer's just always been around.
I just thought it would be, what's the most illogical place he could go? It was like, oh, we're going to go to a volcano. What's hotter than the Bahamas? And now it's like, he's impervious to fire.
Space.
There we go.
Jack Frost in space.
There we go.
In space, no one can hear you ice cream.
Oh, that's pretty damn good.
Damn, I'm good at this.
See, you made up for that early one. Look at that. Redemption.
We have to bring that up.
Yeah, we believe in it. But I guess they were going to do Jack Frost 3, and from what I understand, the director, Michael Cooney, was working on one of the Air Bud sequels. And so there's so the scheduling didn't line up.
Wait. So he said, I don't want to do Jack Frost.
No, he wanted to. He wanted to. He couldn't get Christopher Alport, who was our underrated performer of the week, as Sheriff Sam Tiller. I guess they had a scheduling conflict. One of them was doing Air Bud. I'm not sure which one, but one of them was doing one of the Air Bud sequels. And Christopher Alport passed away before they could get it going.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, there was going to be a Jack Frost 3. But...
Okay, so here's how you rewrite that. So, like...
facial construction surgery?
AI actors.
There we go. Now we're talking.
No. So, in this movie, they kind of take over the wife... kind of became the protagonist because Sheriff Tiller basically shut down because of PTSD and like, oh, it's all happening again. Jack Frost is back, and then the wife took over as the main character and like the impetus to like, we're gonna kill Jack Frost. Right. So that's what you do, is either that or you bring in the kid who they remove from the second movie and you do a Jaws 3.
The Brody family struggle.
That's right.
I'm with it. I will say this though,
he becomes an astronaut.
All right. Now we're just pitching nonsense, even more nonsense.
Hey, A24, call me up.
Yeah, call us up. We got Jack Frost 3 ready to roll for you. But no, I will say this: the Shadow Jack Frost stuff, when he was killing but not really being seen yet, he wasn't at his full potential. When he reveals himself after he makes it snow on the island. And everyone's out like, oh, we're going to have a snowball fight. And how he reveals himself to the sheriff is awesome. Like Michael said earlier, it's just a bloodbath. He starts shooting icicles through people's eyes and throats and stomachs. Yeah.
Just impaling people.
He forms a snowball and compacts it so hard that he throws it at some dude and it rips his arm off.
At the shoulder.
Yeah, at the shoulder. A snowball.
And then it's just like a Kurosawa blood spray. Like,
it's brilliant. It is awesome.
Not just a blood spray, but they keep cutting to the actor's girlfriend who is just constantly being sprayed by blood. And then they cut back to him spraying blood, cut back to her being covered in blood, cut back to him spraying blood, and it's just and like it goes on like almost a little bit too long, but
on purpose.
But just long enough to where you're like, oh, it's funny again.
Oh no, it's great. It's brilliant. It's Camp 101, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he starts the blood, when it really ramps up, it's fully worth watching. And at some point, the sheriff says, all right, well, we got to do the same trick again. And so he decides they build like a punji pit, almost as it were.
Yeah.
They build like a tarp filled with antifreeze once again. And instead of snow, they put potato flakes over it.
Well, but hold on. They actually have a line where the bad Jamaican accent bartender...
You can do it without the accent if you're capable.
I'm not going to.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Nope. I'm going to save that one.
There we go.
You know me.
I know. I knew you were going to go for it. That's why I was like, let's nip this in the bud real quick.
The Jamaican bartender says, oh, coolant, that's the same thing as antifreeze. And I don't think it is. I don't think that coolant is the same thing as antifreeze. They keep talking about how antifreeze was the thing that killed Jack Frost the last time. And then he goes, oh, you're talking about coolant. Our generator runs through it like it's, drinking Jamaican rum. And I'm like, I don't think coolant and antifreeze are the same thing. In fact, I think they're complete opposites.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a mechanic.
I'm sure somebody's screaming right now like, you two are morons, and you would be correct.
Yeah.
You would be correct in your assumption.
So I put coolant in my antifreeze the other day because it's the same thing.
Yeah,
am I wrong?
Yeah, windshield washer fluid, probably right in there somewhere too. It doesn't freeze when I spray it.
I just put vodka in mine.
There you go.
That way when the cops pull me over, I could be like, well, funny story.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Yeah. So they build a punji pit. And they throw Jack Frost.
Oh wait, we're back to the punji pit.
Yeah, we are. So they get Jack Frost a trick in it. He slips and falls in it. Lo and behold, because he's so super powered now, he forms back again. And he's like, do you have any idea how bad that fucking stings? Da-da-da-da-da.
Their explanation for it is just, well, I'm more powerful than last time. And so, like...
Yeah, because it's the sequel.
Of course. Like,
that's how it works.
Like I'm saying, they're not wasting any time on character development or plot lines. It's just, oh, Antifreeze doesn't work anymore. What are we going to do to beat Jack Frost? Banana.
So yes, so here it goes. So as Jack Frost gets, I'm not trying to do a recap. He gets dropped in the antifreeze, he reforms himself, and at this point, he's like, oh, I guess I swallowed a little bit more than I thought, and he burps up a little snowball. Turns out that snowball is also sentient, and they turn into little killer Jack Frost babies.
It's like Gremlins.
Yeah, like Gremlins, ultimately. And so they end up killing a bunch of people. They try to catch them in a blender, they try to throw them in a microwave, and
he keeps reforming like
the little babies do.
Like essentially the snowball babies, like you can't kill them by heat, you can't kill them by salt or antifreeze or any conventional methods.
But what does kill them? And this is where the plot line earlier was very important. Remember when they got their genetics all matched and whatever?
Sure.
The sheriff and Jack Frost? Well, apparently, the sheriff has a banana allergy. And so now Jack Frost, when his blood was in the coolant that he killed him in the end of the first one, now Jack Frost, they learn, has this same weakness. So what do they do to kill these snow babies? They mix up a bunch of banana daiquiri juice.
That's goddamn right.
And they...
Alcohol, the solution to and cause of many of life problems.
So they all end up killing all the little snow babies and whatever. And final showdown.
Which, by the way, are just cute little, like, almost Muppets. Like, they're
look like
almost,
oven mitts.
They're
look like little oven mitts.
No, they're not quite oven mitt quality. They're almost Muppet quality. Like, almost. Like, if you just spent the extra $100, you could have had a Muppet.
Yeah, they recycled the suit from Jack Frost in the first one. When he's actually on camera and he's standing there talking to the sheriff, it's not so bad. But the rest of it, you can tell it's very like the snow monster in Star Wars, where all you see is an arm.
Yeah, exactly.
Or all you see is like...
the Wampa.
Yeah, it's Wampa, thank you. That's what I was looking for, yeah.
Shut up, nerds.
I know. But I fucking love this movie, man. So
I do too.
I really enjoy it. We don't need to recap it anymore.
Yeah.
They save the day via banana juice, and the sheriff comes back when his wife is finally about to meet her demise at Jack Frost. And earlier at some point they were taking archery classes, and so he plunges a banana deep within the heart of Jack Frost, which makes him fucking explode in violent, like Marshmallow Man at the end of Ghostbusters 2 fashion.
It is.
It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was like almost a direct reference. Like there's a point where he's like searching for his wife, like, oh, come back to me. Where are you? Where are you? And it's like he's literally searching for. It looks like the end of a foam party.
It does.
At like a nightclub or something like that, where it's like, Gavin, Gavin, where are you, Gavin? Oh, here you are, buried.
Yeah.
And so like he just pulls her out of this foam pit. He's like, I love you so much. He's like, yeah, next time. Let's choose another island, but like far, far away. And he's like, maybe Greece? And she's like, no.
Yeah, no more islands. Yeah, whatever it was. But yeah, what'd you think about the movie though, man? Let's break into your thoughts of it as opposed to the recapping of it.
I think that, like so many sequels after it, it was, or so many sequels before it, it suffers from... It's all the B jokes that didn't quite make it into the first movie, or maybe the jokes are so constrained by the locale in terms of like we have to make them all tropical jokes, or have to make them all, you know, how does a snowman exist in a tropical climate joke, that it's not quite as good as the first, but I appreciate the effort they put into the second. Yes, it's more of the same. But also, they lean into the camp enough to where they understand exactly what this movie is. Like,
they do.
Like, we've already had Killer Snowman. How do we make it more bigger without rehashing the same stuff before? Oh, well, let's just move him to the Bahamas. How do we do that? Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, with omnipotence.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Just as long as people are willing to just jump on board that, like, snowmans exist in the Bahamas, who gives a fuck?
Right. And this is an abnormal... That's the funny part, is watching all the vacationers like, oh, it's just a miraculous day on Christmas. And it's like, no, it's not.
Right.
Every logical person's like, no, it's Jack Frost, definitely. And everyone's, oh, you're just crazy. It's like, dude, you are in the Bahamas. So anyway, no, I was gonna say the same thing. I'm glad in my plus column is that they leaned into the camp.
Yes.
Like the dramatic sting or whatever, the costuming, the dialogue is so heavy wink at the camera.
Yeah.
The puppeteering is not very good. The CGI, he's like, we're gonna do enough CGI so where you don't lose track of what's going on in the shot.
Sure.
When Jack Frost disappears into the snow,
Yes.
it just jumps up and then like plops down, and all of a sudden like a little CGI splash of water.
Right.
And it's like, okay, he dove into the snow. Like it's almost terrible.
It's almost like clip art kind of thing, where it's
Pretty
just like
much.
select splash effect.
Pretty much. It's like a freaking PowerPoint transition slide
Yes,
or whatever
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of thing. Which, again, they do enough where it's like I'm not losing track of what's going on in the shot.
Yeah.
So don't expect that. They did not spend their money there. I feel like all the puppets were recycled. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I think the little snow creatures kind of overstayed their welcome because I was here for Jack Frost.
I agree. Yeah,
They
yeah,
kind of their whole like little like chittery like like was just kind of got like, all right, I'm ready for these things to be melted away because I want to see big bad omnipotent Jack Frost do his thing.
It did kind of take a weird turn in the third act in terms of like once they introduced the whole like Gremlins aspect of it, of like, oh, now we have to hunt down all these like baby snowballs kind of thing. So like Jack Frost seeking vengeance in the Bahamas is a movie that is worthy of itself.
Right.
And then once you start introducing the aspect of like, well, now there's all these snow babies and Jack Frost can reproduce. It's sort of it changes the whole dynamic of the movie. And so instead of focusing on one or two of those aspects, they try to focus on both of them, and they don't really do a good job in either one.
No, Jack Frost. I mean, I guess he's like healing himself from the damage from. Well, no, he had already healed himself. He just kind of disappears. He just like they just don't show him while the little gremlin
Because snow babies.
Yeah, so they just kind of overstayed their welcome. I'm here for Jack Frost. That's who I'm here for. That's the cost of the ticket. But I dug it, man. I actually recommend this movie heavily. I think the first one is a fucking camp masterpiece.
Yes, it is.
I fucking love the first Jack Frost. This one, I already understood going into it that it's not going to be that. I still dug it, though.
Yeah.
Give me more of the same. Like I said, I wish there was a 3. I wish they would complete the trilogy. Maybe one day in an alternate universe, when we can truly transdimensional travel, we can get our...
Jack Frost on the moon.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Moon-based Jack Frost.
So I recommend it fully. It is a perfect... Like we were talking about earlier, between Halloween and Christmas, a lot of movies fit a certain bill.
Right.
This is perfect, man. You can watch it on either one.
Yeah.
I am going to give it an 8-day, 7-night cruise to a tropical locale as a review.
Nice. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amenities paid for, too. It's a nice little ride.
It's not bad.
It's a nice little ride. A little costly. You might regret it at the end, but you know.
Yeah. Okay. I will give it 1 corn cob pipe and a button nose of murder.
Oh, nice work. Nice way to fucking shoehorn the tagline in there, buddy. Well, yeah, that's all I've been watching, though, man. As I probably going to go finish out this holiday season. On our next one, we'll probably have the leftovers of all of our Christmas, holiday, New Year's shit going on.
I still have yet to watch the Charlie Brown Christmas. I still have yet to watch The Grinch, which, of course, I watch every year. I still have yet to watch the classic Looney Tunes cartoon, Peace on Earth, Goodwill Towards Men.
Oh, that's a doozy. We'll definitely talk about that.
We have talked about before, but bears repeating.
Yes, it does. Well, I guess in the meantime and in between time, whatever you choose to celebrate and or not celebrate, please be safe out there. Happiest of holidays, merriest of Christmases, Kwanzaa's, whatever it is you got going
Rosh
on.
Hashanahs.
Whatever you got going on, whether it's religious, non-religious, as he says in Chappelle's show, from me and mine to yous and yours. Happiest of holidays. So on that note, man, MD3 signing out.
And Marvelous Mike Dudley saying, go watch a movie.
Talk about it over the holidays with someone you love.
And also, ho, 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 ho.